My hair looks crazy, yo. Um, Happy Friday. We got a bodyweight workout today. I have the workout in the description, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go there. Let me raise this up a little bit. Go there if you want to see the workout, but I'll tell you what it is right now. It's a bodyweight workout, uh, just like everybody else. I am getting my new year started, and I was inconsistent toward the end of the year. So because of that, whenever you do stuff like this where you're taking time off, you do got to take time to gradually work yourself back into some of the high intensity workouts. Otherwise, you're going to get injured. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Worked out every single day this week. And today I'm a little beat up, but I'm going to do a body weight workout, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, times 20 rounds. I got 4 exercises that I'm doing: burpees, Mace 360s, hurdle jumps, and then an ab exercise of your choice. So if you want to do planks, do planks. If you want to do sit-ups, do sit-ups. You want to do whatever it may be. Yeah, bicycles, whatever it is. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. So just pick an ab exercise. I don't care if it's the exact same one every single time. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to get a timer set up, making sure you guys can see me here. But I think most importantly, what I want you guys to take away from this workout is that when you take time off, you gradually need to come back and make sure that your programming is not too aggressive. Don't think you can come right back in to the workouts that you were doing 2 months ago or 6 months ago or whatever it may be, however long you took off. It's important that you gradually put yourself back into place to be able to do these workouts. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting injured and you're not going to be able to work out, and that's not cool. So that is what I'm doing. Guys, if you are logging on, definitely let me know where you guys are coming in from. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with burpees, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, times 20 rounds. Actually, I'm lying to you. 45 seconds on. I just looked at the timer. 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. So they're a little bit longer duration, which means the intensity doesn't need to be as high because you're gonna go for 45 seconds. 15 seconds for this particular workout is, I would say for me, it's about 75% recovery. And we're just gonna move on from there. So keep that in mind. 20, 45, 15 rounds, 20. Let's go ahead and start. Starting with burpees, guys. How many people love burpees? Let's go, burpees. And the type of burpees that I'm doing are not your typical CrossFit style burpees. We're just getting down to the ground and standing back up. That's all we're doing. I want my chest to touch the ground. I want to stand all the way up and I want to open up my hips. I like taking my elbows back to this order position like you would have a club in your hand because it reminds me of order position. There's nothing more about it. You could increase the intensity and do more if you like. Or you could just stay consistent for the 45 seconds, which is what I'm doing. First thing in the morning, looking to get some movement in, not going crazy. What are we at? 2 seconds. Boom. I'm gonna take this timer and 3, 2, 1, go. All right, here we go. Going again. We got Mace 360s. I'm using the Wildman handle for this. Mace is from Addict Clubs. And you know what? I'm gonna do alternating Mace 360s so I can get both sides, right and left. I like the Wildman handle because it's got a fatter handle. And at times for me, it just feels good to swing. Depending on the month, there's times where I like the original handle, but the Wildman handle is my choice today. Okay, 45 seconds is up. Hurdle jumps. These I need to be careful with because I don't want to bust my ass, especially on live. So I'm going to take my time doing the first couple of these only because I didn't get any in before we started, so I'm just gonna take my time. First one's always the most difficult. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to stick the landing on these. See how I'm falling forward? I want to fix that. That was a good one. See how I stuck the landing? As I get more rounds in, they'll progressively get better and better. Now, ab exercise of your choice is the next one. People trying to text message. Right now, I'm just gonna do a high plank. That's it, 45 seconds. First round, we're just taking it easy, getting warmed up. If you want to, you can go knees to elbow. On Mondays when I do yoga, the yoga teacher does. She'll go knee to opposite elbow, knee to chest, knee to same side elbow, knee to opposite elbow, knee to chest, knee to same side elbow. I like those when she does it. Makes me happy. 5 seconds, 4, 3. So that is one round. I mean, I'm keeping track here. I don't need to, but we are doing burpees next. Same deal here. Take your time with it. We just want consistent movement. You had a long week. You got some good workouts in this week. I just want to move today. What I didn't want to do is take the day off. That's my whole point of getting this body weight workout in at a moderate to low intensity. That's all this is. Stay moving. Checks the box for me. Makes me feel good. Keeps me active. Keeps me mobile. The reason why I like burpees so much, people always ask, Carlos, you like burpees so much, they're so hard to do, blah, blah, blah. I like burpees so much because as you get older, you forget how hard it is to get down on the ground and get back up. I don't ever want that to happen. It does happen to me whenever I take time off. I don't like it. So I always like to do Turkish get-ups, burpees, anything where I can get on the ground and get back up, for me is a win. It's also one of the main reasons why I like doing yoga. Every Monday, I do yoga to start the week. Gets me mobile, gets me to the ground, makes me stand back up with just my body weight. People forget how hard it is to get on the ground and step back up. Same thing happens, you know what else? With balance. Balance is the exact same way. People are like, oh, I don't have balance. As you get older, your balance sucks. Your balance only sucks because you don't use it as much. We got hurdle jumps. I'm talking too much. That's the reason why I like this hurdle, because this explosive movement, you don't do. And this is one of the things, I know a lot of people like to talk shit about CrossFit, and there's a lot of things that I think CrossFit messed up. A lot of the Olympic movements, I don't think are for everybody. Some of the gymnastic movements, I don't think are for everybody. But some of the movement patterns that they did, wall balls, box jumps, that stuff, I think it translates to a lot to what you do in everyday life. Ab exercise. We're gonna do some bicycles. Oh, I'll get over here so you can do. Boom, boom, Nice and slow. We're not looking to go crazy here, right? That doesn't do anything. Nice and slow, definitive start and stop points. My leg is fully pointed. Boom, boom. Don't go crazy with these. And if you want to pick up the intensity, that's okay, but make sure you go through the full range of motion. I think this is where people always mess up. What do we have, 35 seconds? Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh. It's 2 rounds, 3 rounds to go. See how easy this is? Back to burpees. On this one, I want to show you guys a burpee modification that you can do. So typically when you guys saw me doing these before, I was getting down, chest, standing up, right? What you could do is stagger your stance as you get up. So it becomes more of a grappling type movement or a surfing type movement. But the staggered stance is gonna challenge your balance. It's also gonna make you think more dynamically about how you land. Right foot forward, left foot forward, right? Right foot forward, left foot forward. See that? I like doing those just to mix it up. Just like everyone else, man, I get bored too. And when you start to get bored, even if it's during a workout, you got to change it up a little bit. You can do the same movement pattern, just modify it. That's it, alternating 360s, boom. Catch here, I go all the way down, I pull and push. So I feel this in my upper back. That's what I'm doing right now. I catch, pull and push. Everything is controlled here. I'm not sloppy, I'm not doing this, right? A lot of people do this. You see that and it throws you off balance. Control it, catch, push. I'm pushing and I'm pulling. Full range of motion here. Oh, none of us are going to the Olympics for this. Doesn't matter how many you do. Oh, it just matters on the quality of reps. We got hurdle jumps. I hate and love these. Here we go. Oh. Oh. I need to start warming up with these before I get online and go live. Because your first couple, you almost bust your ass. Imagine if I did that on a live. Oh. The way the internet is today, you probably get tons of views, right? Oh. 2, 1, boom. Hurdles, ab exercise. Let's do opposite arm, opposite leg. What do you guys think about that? You guys could pick. If you guys want to pick the same one every single time, go for it. Boom. Boom. I like getting to this full extension here. So I get a nice good stretch, almost as if I'm getting out of bed. Oh, feels good. It's a good lat stretch, good rhomboid stretch. Point my toes, come in, contract your abs. Oh, feels good. Oh. Oh. 3 rounds down, 2 to go. Burpees. If you guys have questions, put them in the chat. What's up, guys? Oh, here we go. Same deal. I'm gonna do burpees, modified. Oh, I do this grappling stance. 3, 2, 1. Oh, Mace 360s. The 360s, I love doing in the morning. They open up my chest and I really feel it. So this is a moderate weight. What I got, 5'10", pretty much 26 pounds-ish on here. It's not a lot of weight. Remember, push, pull. Push, pull. You should feel it all in your upper back. Boom. Those feel good. We gotta jump, we gotta jump. Here we go. Dang. All I'm looking for today, I want to get tacky. I'm tacky right now. Ab exercise. I'm gonna do a modified get up here. Boom, boom. And then we're gonna switch sides. Full extension here like I'm stretching out of bed. Same side, elbow to knee. Oh. I think they call this a dancer's bridge, but it's a very important part of the Turkish get up, is what it is. It's helping you elevate your hips and get off the ground. When I'm doing this dancer's bridge, I'm going bicep to ear. Boom. I just hit my funny bone on my knee. And back to burpees. I need some water. Here we go. Addicts just joined. I see you. Oh, let's do a staggered stance to get up again. Boom, 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 boom. Chest touches the ground. Elbows stay in toward my lats. Staggered stance when I get back up. This is important, especially if you're grappling or if you're coaching a grappler, you're coaching a boxer, you're doing anything from a self-defense standpoint, or just when it comes to understanding rotational movement and balance. This is important because for boxers, you're protecting your kidneys and your liver from body shots. So you're always trying to come back here. For grappling, you don't want your hands to be out unless you're an advanced grappler, because someone could take you down. So this could stuff any takedown. And then for surfers, it allows you to control balance because if you watch David Weck, he talks about these coil positions, right? With these coil positions, it's super important that you stay nice and tight here and here because that's where the strongest part of your rotational control is. What did I just do? Burpees? I missed 360s. All right, I was talking too much. I missed 360s, guys. We're gonna go to hurdle jumps right after this because I was talking. But that's the reason why I like and I appreciate the staggered stance get up or the grappling get up when you do the top of the burpee. Also, if you train with clubs, that's what clubs teaches you. Clubs teaches you to stay here in this order position, which ultimately protects you, like I said, to stuffing a takedown, to protecting yourself from body punches if that's coming, if you're a boxer. And it also helps you control your center of balance or improve your balance. Oh shoot, here we go. I'm already missing this set. Ab exercise. I really liked that Turkish get up that I was doing earlier, so I'm gonna do it again. Here we go. Ab exercise, I'm gonna do that dancer's get up. This is what I'm gonna do. Boom, boom, boom. Felt really good. So what's this doing here? It's forcing me to synchronize timing, elbow to knee. It's keeping my abs nice and tight in order to get to this position. Bracing with this hand here, so I'm getting a good tricep workout, elevating the hips, and then also challenging my balance because I'm pushing that elbow. I'm pushing my bicep over my ear. That's why I like this. Oh, shoot. That's it, guys. That was 20 rounds. Huh, that works. I thought I was at 16, but the timer doesn't lie. Steel maces are where it's at. That's right, Sebastian. You guys, let's talk a little bit about some of the movement patterns I did, why I chose them, and why they're some of my favorites, and how I think they translate into every single day life. So the first one, the burpee. I talked about the burpee before, but I'm gonna talk about it right now again. The burpee, I did it in one of two ways. One, I didn't do it CrossFit style where you go down, you jump up, and you see people doing this. When you see people doing that, I want you to look at my hips. You see this? I'm not all the way up, right? That's what most people do. So when I do burpees, what I do is I go down, I stand all the way up, and I like to touch my hips, and I stand and I squeeze my glutes, and I come all the way up, chest out, shoulders back, almost back into this order position. Boom, boom, boom. This makes sure I have good form. Ensures that I have good form. Does that make sense? And then I did a modified version of a burpee where I went staggered stance as I got up. What that looked like is instead of going 2 feet parallel to each other, I went down and I staggered my stance almost like a surfer or a grappler, someone that does wrestling or someone that does jiu-jitsu. This probably relates to them very well. So let's talk about the surfer. I think is just, look, I don't surf. I'm just telling you what I see on videos and how this could relate to it. And it's also a surfing stance. So the stance may be a little bit different, but what it does is it lets you practice that balance to get up where you're here and you're popping up. That's all that we're talking about here. The staggered stance we're gonna get to here in a little bit, but when I do the staggered stance, it's practicing me, it's making me rep getting up and landing in the staggered stance position. Because if my stance is staggered and wide, I have more balance here. So it only makes sense that if you were surfing, you would have better balance if there's waves that are coming from the left or right, front and back, whatever they may be. So that's one of the reasons you could do the staggered stance as you get up. Two is if you are a wrestler, to stuff a takedown, right? It's going to be tough to stuff a takedown if your hands aren't up. So what happens is, as you go down and you come back up into the staggered stance, my hands stay down, and then you're here, or your elbows are married to your ribs. It's one of the reasons why in club training, we talk about this order position. This order position is a very strong position to be in, and it relates to a lot of activities in everyday life, like grappling, like boxing, whatever that may be. That order position is the starting position or the home base position for the elbow, whether the elbow's here or here. It just reminds you to keep that elbow into place. So that's what I'm doing here with this staggered stance. Boom. Elbows stay in, right? Boom. Elbows stay in. Someone comes in, I could stuff the takedown, right? Ideally, I want to get my hands underneath their shoulders, and I can stuff the takedown, their chest, their head ends up ending up in my chest. I can move it to the left or to the right. What's going on? You sick and see what's going on, man? And the third part I talked about was if you follow a lot of what David Weck does. David Weck talks about this coil position, right? These coil positions, or if you look at the landmine guys, which I love this stuff, they talk about this coil position and how it's a very, very powerful position and the strongest position when you're trying to look at explosive movements. So when you're doing these staggered stance burpees here, what I'm doing is when I land here, look where I'm at. I'm in this coil position, right? So you're in this coil position, which makes you strong if I need to transition to the left, or if I need to transition to the right, or most importantly, if I need to explode, which more than likely is going to be one of the three factors that come into when you fall into that position if you're in a grappling type situation. So keep all that in mind. 2, Mace 360s. I like Mace 360s, especially first thing in the morning. This is an Addicts Mace from Addicts Clubs, and this is the Wildman handle, so it's the thicker handle. Depending on the month, I could tell you I love the Wildman handle, it's my favorite, and then other times I'll tell you the original handle is my favorite. It really depends on the month. But right now, today I'm going with the Wildman handle, but I was doing alternating 360s. Alternating 360s, what I'm doing is I'm controlling this, I'm coming down, I'm pushing, and I'm pulling here, right? So here, 360, I catch, and notice this catch is close to my body. I go down, I push, and I pull. Stack, right hand, top hand, opposite ear, right? I catch, I'm not catching out here, catching here. Pull, push, stack, top hand, opposite ear, catch at the martini glass, push down to the pommel, catch here. These are your definitive start and stop points. Some people don't like to push down to the pommel and push out from the martini glass or the head of the mace. It's really important that you just don't let this thing fall and you're not doing this. This is not what we want. This does nothing. This potentially could rip your bicep once the weight gets heavier. So keep that in mind as you're doing Mace 360s. Let's talk about the hurdle jumps. As we get older, we don't do any type of explosive movements often. So it's one of the reasons I made this hurdle during COVID because I didn't have a box. And I loved CrossFit because I was able to do box jumps. And even though I have all kinds of scars on my ankles or on my shins from doing box jumps, the juice was definitely worth the squeeze because this explosive movement where you're driving your knees toward your chest, you don't do often. So because here I have this, and if I bust my knees on this, it's not a big deal. And also if I trip on this, it's gonna fall over and I'm not gonna bust my face. So if I end up falling, Hopefully that happens. But that movement right there, where you can explode, you don't do often. And sticking the landing. So if you look, that's the thing that I'm thinking about here is when I stick this landing, I'm not doing this. I'm not falling forward, right? So what I'm doing is I'm sticking the landing and I make sure that it's controlled from start to stop. See that? So this hurdle that I made has 3 different options. I forget the exact heights, but there's 3 different levels here. I could take this off, jump over this one if I want to. I could also tip it upside down. And then if I want to make this middle guy higher, because this is offset. If you look, it's not dead center. Probably looks like it's dead center in the camera, but it's not. So it just gives me a bunch of options, and that I appreciate. For the hurdle, sorry, got a text message. And the last one, the ab exercise. One of the ab exercises that I really enjoyed was that dancer's bridge. And we do this a lot in yoga, and it's something that I've really appreciated because it's a replica of one of the beginning parts of a Turkish get up, right? So here I go into a full extension as if I'm stretching out of bed, and then I come up and I synchronize this knee and this elbow. So when I synchronize this knee and this elbow, I place this backhand. You know what? Let me do this side so you guys can see it. So here, stretch, synchronize knee to elbow. I plant here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna elevate my hips, and then I'm gonna take this bicep and I'm gonna take it over my ear. I'm gonna hold it for 1,000, 2,000. I'm gonna come back down, and I'm gonna repeat on the opposite side. When you go back down, what I want you to do is make sure you get a full stretch in here. Take your time with these. And then every time you are timing your knee to your elbow. These are fantastic movements that I appreciate and will continue to put in all my workouts. Oh man. All right, guys, it's Friday. It's pretty much the workout summary of what I did today. If you guys have any questions, always leave them in the chat or put them in the, after the video is posted, you could put them in the video and I'll be happy to answer, but that's all we really got for today. If you guys have any last second questions before I go ahead and jump off here? If you guys do, put them in the chat now. Friday Get Moving, Seb on Fire, AKA Sebastian, what's going on? We got a decent amount of people on here, man. I appreciate you guys jumping on. I know I took some time off, but we're back, baby. We're back. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for joining. I'll be back on probably on Monday, but if you guys have questions, leave them in the chat or shoot me a message.